Hi everyone, it's Heather, and I'm so sorry not to be able to be with you today. I wanted to just make a little bit of an introduction, and then Carrie is going to take over in terms of leading the group through some work that we'd like to do today on the subject of social emotional learning. And I wanted to start by reminding you of a few things that we have been working on since the spring. So some of these slides you have seen before. So just a reminder, again, you've seen this one before, and we've started talking about the moral compass. Are our students building a moral compass? And I think that this really helps us to ground this work and these conversations that we're having around social emotional learning. Candace, earlier this year, did a protocol with the MYP teachers, and she's here in the meeting today, so she can tell you more about it. And this was one of the sectors of the results that the teachers reported on when they were asked what would take our MYP students to the next level to be future-ready young women. And we think, again, the teachers are identifying, or the MYP teachers are identifying, that support for student independence is a need in the area and something that we have an opportunity to do some work on. Thanks, Candace, for assembling this. Reminder that we want to work on the approaches to learning skills, and here's the 5 skill categories broken down into the 10 skill clusters. These are the ones that we use as a framework for coming out of MYP, and we at the school have adopted it also for the diploma program. The ATL framework for PYP is likely under review, and we will see probably next year, 2018, the new PYP, but it won't be surprising if this is indicative of some of the directions that you might see in PYP as well, although obviously at an age-specific orientation. But this is what we're going to work with in terms of the categories at any rate. Specifically when it comes to social emotional learning, we think that social skills, communication skills, and self-management skills are the key areas. Taking a look at some of the work that we've been doing on ATL in the middle and senior school over the last few years, and I wanted to highlight this. Again, senior school folks, you've seen this slide before. I wanted to highlight this because there was a bit of confusion from some of the teachers asking me, well, we used to do leadership, but then we did organization, and now we're doing thinking skills. Does that mean we're no longer doing leadership and organization? So I wanted to represent it a little bit like a jawbreaker where the different colors are layered on top of each other. So what we're doing is layering the ATLs. So we started with the 4 that we identified for the report card: organization, self-regulation, collaboration, and leadership, and those are ongoing. Then we added cohort-specific ones in 2016, and this is where we looked at organization for 7 and 8, collaboration for 9 and 10, and affective skills for 11 and 12. Last year we added thinking skills, really looking at the units of study, units of inquiry, and which thinking skills most were suitable for building out in engagements and projects there. And now what we are going to enter into is documenting and really thinking about the moral compass ATLs, so the social emotional skills that fall under self-management, social, and communication. So the work that we want to do together is to create an SEL skills or competencies framework using the approaches to learning categories of social skills, communication skills, and self-management skills. This will really help us to identify the skills that need to be worked on in different grade levels or different classes, give teachers an opportunity and a bit of a context for defining what we mean when we're working on these particular skill categories within our lessons. Give us a framework also for being able to give feedback in a more targeted and specific way, which is what parents are asking for, and parents have asked that specifically around the report card that's coming up and at parent-teacher interviews. And creating a framework that is Branksome specific but linked to the IB language will help us to pull it all together. We have some resource material that we want to work with, pulling together best practice from this area. And I posted that in the Google folder, and thank you for reviewing it before today's meeting. We do want to pull the PERMA, the Laurel School Resilience Framework, and the CASEL material together and sort it under approaches to learning. And then you can see some of the steps that we want to take after this step is completed, but they really require that we have our own framework organized. So I hope that helps to set some context for the work that we're going to do today. We will be working with Catherine Steiner-Adair, and I know Carrie will tell you more about that. Again, so sorry not to be there with you, and I look forward to seeing the outcome of your work today. Cheers.